I wanted to take the time just to go a little bit deeper into these different styles of yoga, just so that you can begin to not only intellectually understand, but also so you can see what the practice may look like as well. So for this video, as you can see, I have got a demonstration of me practicing yin yoga. With this practice, it's really important to note that we hold poses for a really long time. So in this video, it may look like I'm not really doing very much. And that's actually kind of the point of yin yoga. So for those of you who maybe never practiced yin yoga before, you will find that most teachers will really hold a pose for about a minimum of 2 minutes. And some poses can be held for 5 minutes plus, but it's usually within that range of 2 to 5 minutes. And you may be wondering, why on earth have I got to stay in one pose for such a long amount of time? And for this, there is many reasons, and I'll go through each one with you now. So on a physical level, in our yin yoga practice, we want to try our best to allow the muscle that we're stretching to relax. Okay, so this is the most common mistake I see when people first come to yin yoga. When you practice yin yoga, you're not trying to kind of push and force and exert yourself to like your maximum stretch. You're not trying to use any muscle to pull yourself in deeper to the poses. You are just simply trying to learn how to let that muscle lengthen by itself, by relaxing. So you might hear the term release a lot in yoga. This can be used to talk about the muscle lengthening and releasing. And this is the whole key. The whole key to this practice is that we can come in and we can learn how to release that tension from our muscles. We can learn how to release that tension from the body and the mind, and we can start to have that release of emotions or stress or just whatever it is that your body is holding on to, whatever it is that your body is carrying. This is the opportunity for you to let go of this. This has loads of benefits on a physical level because when the muscles relax, it allows our ligaments and our tendons to begin to lengthen ever so slightly, which then takes pressure off of our joints. So a lot of times if you have problems with your joints, it could just be that the ligaments and tendons are stretched. They're at their kind of max capacity because the muscles that you have are so tight that they're pulling on those tendons. Those tendons are then pulling on the ligaments and the bones, and this is causing pain. So a really common area to see this is the knees. We have really big muscles on our thighs called our quadriceps, and we never really stretch them. Then if we go to a yin yoga class where we begin to stretch this muscle and try to relax, we often feel that we've got like really kind of like sore knees, and it's actually surprisingly quite a quick fix. If you can learn to relax and you can practice semi-regularly, you'd be surprised how much tension can come out of the joints just by simply going through this technique. So if I was to say, is this class suitable for beginners? Yes and no. What you want to think about is what type of person would benefit from this, and instead of kind of thinking, oh, if I'm a beginner or whatnot. The good thing about this class is because we hold poses for a long amount of time, it does give you that ability to learn how to relax, which is really hard for some people. So if you find that you are someone that is like quite active and your mind's going at a million miles an hour and you find it really hard to slow down, you find it really hard to relax, you find it hard to stay still, you find that you're fidgeting a lot, your tension's all over the place, then yin yoga will be a great practice for you, but you will hate it at the start. And this was the case for me. So if you kind of feel that like I'm that kind of person that maybe finds it hard to stay still and, I want to do something about it. I want to have like a practical tool or something I can do to help me to relax and slow down and calm down, then I couldn't recommend yin yoga enough. It's been a really hard lesson for me to learn, but it's finally given me the ability to start to find a bit more balance in my life. So if you feel that you have someone who's maybe never done much yoga before, but you just like the idea of like a very slow paced class where there's a lot of calming, relaxing kind of thing going on, then go for this class. It will be fantastic for you. I guarantee you'll get a lot from it. Really good for people if you already do other forms of sports, if you are already like quite stiff and quite strong. It's a really great class to go to if you feel inflexible, because this is just going to help you to get the muscles lengthened again. So it is really good for beginners, unless you are someone who's like super active and super flexible already and you find it hard to stay still, then I would not really recommend this class. One other thing that I would really recommend about this yin yoga class is that if you are interested in meditation, then this is the kind of closest thing you'll get to learning how to meditate. So, for example, when we really learn to relax and stay still and be present within the pose, quite often we're faced with how we feel and our thoughts, our emotions, and things start to come up. And if you go to practice your meditation, you will find that this is really common. This is what happens the whole time. And we kind of don't know how to do with it. And we kind of just get like confused and we hate it. So then we don't meditate. But when we come to our yin yoga practice, because we've learned how to like relax and calm ourselves down, it's a little bit easier for us to kind of go inwards and be in touch with our mind and our emotions. So I really recommend yin yoga. And I think in general, most of us are so stressed and there are so many things going on in our very fast paced life. It's really hard for us to take time out for ourselves to learn how to slow down. And I really think that yin yoga is that saving practice that we could all definitely do with having a bit more in our life.